Trading the foreign exchange market carries high risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Trading on margin, utilizing leverage can carry an even higher level of risk that can lead to a complete loss of investment funds. So before deciding to trade the foreign exchange market or using any of our software alert products, you should carefully and diligently consider your personal investment objectives, level of experience, and risk tolerance. There is a possibility that you could potentially sustain significant loss. You should not invest any capital or trade that you cannot afford to lose. It is your responsibility to be aware of and understand all risks associated with foreign exchange trading and to seek professional advice from an independent certified financial advisor if you have any doubts. Auvoria Prime does not exercise trading authority over your trades. You and you alone exercise discretionary trading authority over every trade.
What's up, everybody? London session time. Hey, we'll start off right. Solo cup. The drink of the night is Big Blue. So kind of like Big Red, Big Blue. Yeah, guys. Somebody took 40 pips on gold. We'll show that real quick and we'll jump into it. Because we pushed back, we're gonna miss some trades. But again, you guys already know Money Zone starts the trades. There was a bag entry on gold on the 5-minute chart, bounce, AIRO go, and it ran over 60 pips. As you guys know, that is you zoom all the way out, more green zones than red zones. You had a clear bag entry inside the money zone. Easy money. We would have took that trade had we started on time, but we pushed it back an hour. No worries. Just let you guys know, hey, you can still take trades, even though we're not on the call. All right. So shout out to those who followed the rules and took the bag entry on gold and caught those pips. Man, that'd have been a great trade to take. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. Big Red. You don't know what Big Red is? Big Red is it's a southern drink. So say a soda, a pop, whatever you want to call it. It's just a cherry flavored soda pop, really. Full of sugar. Yep. AUD strategy 9. I was just looking at AUD USD. We will go over that, Mr. Jordan. Great eyes. So if those who actually took the AUD USD strategy caught 25 pips, TP1 with less than 5 pip drawdown. I'm telling you guys, if you have not looked at strategy 9 yet, and again, if you're not ready for market maker, that's fine. If you're not at that level of complexity, if you're not at that level of strategies for getting the market, you haven't got your skill set to that level, that's fine. Those who are, if you have not watched strategy number 9, you are missing out, and you are missing out big. You will never see the market in the same way again once you see strategy number 9. It will be almost impossible for you not to see it, and you will start to understand why certain things happen. It's going to piss you off at first, but then you'll be like, okay, now that I understand why I lost some certain trades, now you're going to understand why you're going to always be on the right side. Plus, it should explain, or I do explain, why AIRO helps us stay on the right side of trades. So, let's get started. As you guys know, we got to do it. Here's the disclosure. Myself and my solo cup, we are not financial advisors. Auvoria Prime is not a financial advising company. Therefore, this call is just an educational call. If I take a trade, feel free to take a trade with me, but it is not financial advice. All right. And we'll leave it at that. Now that we got that out of the way, house rules, definitely make sure that you guys are asking questions in the Q&A. And I'll try my best to balance the Q&A and the chat. So someone said BTC is on the move. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let's look at Ethereum. All right, we got some zones there. But all right. All right, let's go look at the market real quick, guys. Go scan the market. So we got some issues here. We're in an uptrend here. We're in a 3-day push. W is down here. So we're now in the 3rd day push of the market maker cycle. It's going to be interesting. You know, any strategy number 3 breakout to the upside is going to be met with zones. GJ zone, GU zone, GCAD zones, GI zone to the upside, GN zone to the upside, G Chef zone to the upside. All right. So we will be looking for different setups. EG kind of ranging right now. EA just sitting inside the zone. EURNZD is looking for a breakout. All right. It's looking for a breakout. All right. I will tell you now, because I can see that the market maker cycle is over. I am feeling good that if we get a break below that level and the zone disappears, I am taking a sale. All right. I'm taking a sale on EURNZD. All right. Reason why strategy number 9 is telling me the market maker cycle is over. If you don't know why, go watch the video. But we'll talk about it a little bit more later on. We want to make sure we get the chart set up real quick so we got some potential trades for you guys. So I'm looking for a sale if we get a break below the blue line here and the zone disappears. EURJPY. Not really doing nothing with that. Gold is over with. That'd been a great play right there. Easy 50 pips. Easy 50. Bitcoin zone disappeared. See what happens. Ethereum just chilling. So not really much going on right now. I do like though, and let's see if we can't set that up right quick. All right, draw me a wedge here. We're gonna need Bitcoin to break. Right now it's retesting that trend line on the wedge. Need Bitcoin to break through both these zones above this wedge before we look for a buy. So we're looking for a buy on BTC around that area right there. I'm sorry, Ethereum. I apologize, Ethereum. BTC, it'll just be our guiding light. As you guys all know, BTC is the leader. Where BTC goes, everything else goes. So not really much going on right now, guys. Not really much going on right now. All right. Someone talked about strategy number 9 with AUD USD. So we will look at it. AUD USD. Oh, let me throw on the AIRO MM strategy. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I'm not going to go over the psychology of I'm not going to go over the psychology and the understanding of the market maker cycle. I'm just going to go over the simple strategy. So what you want to do is you want to add the 200 moving average. That's this magenta line is here, right here. The 200 moving average to your chart. To do so, you want to select the navigator. You want to come over here to indicators. You want to come to trend and double click moving average. Period 200, shift 0, MA method exponential, apply to close, Bitcoin for the buy. Hold on real quick, guys. Let's go look at these here. GCAD 5 minute. Look at those. But we got a 5-minute Bitcoin trade. Let's go look at that. What it looking like? Got an up arrow on Bitcoin on a 5-minute. Cool. Ethereum. Still looking for the breakout. All right. So AUD USD. So let's look at that again. Moving average, period 200, shift 0. The MA method is exponential. Apply to close. Mine is magenta. That way it just stands out. And then I make my thickness the third one, so it stands out. I hit OK. I already got mine, so it's there. All right. Now, here are the rules. When you know that the market maker method is in play is when the blue moving average, so the arrow moving average, crosses above the 200 moving average. So now you know it's in play. All right. Now you know the market maker method is in play when you have, you know, because the trend is up. So we're in an uptrend. So when the moving average, the blue moving average, the arrow moving average crosses above the 200 moving average, we are now in play because it's an uptrend. We want the arrow moving average to be on the top of the 200. All right. Now, what we're waiting for is for price to come back and fake us out of the trend and touch the 200 and then go back up above. As you see here, we have multiple fake outs. Fake out, head up. Fake out, head up. That's just the market maker playing games. But we're waiting for the perfect setup. All right. And the perfect setup was right here. Fake out, head up. Now, when it faked out, it touched the 200, almost touched the zone, came back above. That is a beautiful setup. This candle closed above the arrow moving average. And the arrow moving average, what? Stayed above the 200. Therefore, our entry would have been on the beginning of this candle right here. Let me change that color. Cross marks the spot. Boom. This candle right here. That'd have been our entry. And as you can see here, our take profit levels for strategy number 9 are TP1, 25 pips, which hits very, very often. TP2, 50 pips. There was already a zone here. So the zone was already there. So we know we're definitely going to take just 25 pips. Stop loss, 25 pips. So the stop loss is always going to be 25 pips. Not 40, 25. So you have a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio with TP1 and a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio for TP2. So for those who want a better risk reward ratio, strategy number 8 and strategy number 9 give it to you. So does strategy number 10, which comes out tomorrow. All right. As you can see, price dipped 4 pips and then it ran up 26. You're done. 25 pip TP, hit TP1, done. You only risk 4 pips. That's it. That is it. That setup does not happen that often. But when it happens, the probability of you hitting TP1 is so high, you should never trade another strategy again. Go back, watch the video. Understand why that strategy works. When you understand and can comprehend the market of what's really going on, you then have that aha moment. You then get to see the market in a different way and typically understand, have a better understanding of why the market is doing what it's doing. Why is the market doing what it's doing? Why did I lose that trade? GBP NZD. Man, we might have to take that one too. I like that. We'll keep that there for now. We'll keep that there for now. How's everything else looking? Jihad. Everything is pointing down. Somebody, let's go ahead and do it now, guys. Let's go ahead and look at the news. So we need to look at the news. I use the MyFX book app on my phone. All right. And then, of course, I recommend Forex Factory. .com for news. GJ trying to bounce off the trend line. I mean, off the moving average. Same thing with GU. GCAT headed down a little bit. GI headed down. All right. GN right there. Trying to break. G-Chef right there, the moving average. So the Euro has orange folder news in 39 minutes and in 2 hours and 39 minutes. Outside of that, we are clear until jobless claims news in 6 hours from now, 6 hours, 9 minutes. So New York session, actually like end of day, really. No, New York session, I'm sorry, 7:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 a.m. Central is when we have red photo news for you for USD. So be careful if you can trade in the morning times. But after 39 minutes for this Euro, we'll be clear to trade the rest of the night because we won't have anything else going on right now from a news standpoint. All right. Let's go back to Bitcoin, nothing, Ethereum. All right, cool. We got that break above, we'll see what happens. Got that break on Ethereum. We'll see what happens on this wedge. Need to break through these zones though. And we'll see what it looks like. Might be one of those nights, guys. Might be one of those nights. Which is fine. You don't have to trade every night. All right. In the meantime, let me stop the share. So why does the money zone start before lending session? Because there are moves that happen and setups that happen going into lending session. All right. Volume picks up 2 hours before lending session. From 12 p.m. a.m. Central Standard Time to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. That 12-hour time frame, over 80% of the market is traded. That is why we look at that 12-hour time frame. All right. Again, I just showed you gold. Gold ran up before we even got on the call. You could have caught 60 pips, 64 pips before the call. All right, Q&A blew up, almost at 300 on the call. Yep, AUD strategy 9, beautiful trade, man, beautiful. Beautiful setup. I'll be taking those with my FTMO account. Strategy 9 trades, strategy 2 trades, as well as Fibonacci trade, strategy 8. All right, let's see here. Lending session starts at 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern. Silver and gold just hit the MAA reversal. So, guys, let's go look at it. I mean, we can go look at it. Might as well. Silver and gold. I don't really trade silver and gold or silver, but I trade gold. I tell you, strategy number 9 is mainly for Forex pairs. So make sure that you're applying strategy number 9 of Forex pairs. All right, Forex pairs. Yeah, there's a M, A into a W. All right, not bad. Setup is definitely there. Yep, I see what you're talking about. W set the price, headed up. So I see what you see. I see what you see. If you don't know what we're talking about with MAAW, go watch the video. Go watch strategy number 9 video, part 1. So someone asked about how much to risk for a certain account. So I recommend a 0.01 lot size for every $100 you have in your account. So if you have $1,000 in your account, I recommend you utilize a 0.1 lot size. If you have 10,000 in your account, I recommend you use a standard lot, a 1.00. Someone asked about TP and stop loss on daily. I don't trade on a daily, but what I'd recommend uh, is that you use your stop. You use strategy number 2 like you do on the daily. So look at strategy number 2, and that'll tell you exactly where to put your stop loss at. It's not a specific area, but you should understand market structure, and that's what I teach in strategy video number 2. So everyone keeps asking about EJ. Let's go look at EJ. EJ, Euro JPY. We're not going to take any trades on that because we have news coming very soon. Euro JPY had a bag entry, but it was before the money zone. So unless you're more experienced, I wouldn't have took that trade. That's just me though. Outside the money zone, I wouldn't have took it. Ethereum trying to push through. GN, nothing. Oh man, I hope we can get some movement tonight, man. Market is choppy right now. We're consolidating right now. Market just sitting around idle. If only we had started on our usual time, we'd have had a nice little 50 pip bag on gold. Nice little 50 pip bag. And look at that. AUD still climbing. I'm gonna hold that one there. I'm gonna see if we can get TP2 out of there. See if the thing goes TP2. Let's shut it down here. Let me stop sharing. Answer some more questions. So market maker method again, only on Forex pairs. The setting for the moving average is the 200 moving average. We already went over that. The 200 exponential, apply to close. All right. Someone asked, what's the time zone best for strategy number 9? There is no time zone. Watch the video again. I don't talk about time zones. It's all about the setup on the chart. There is no time zone. All about the setup on the chart, guys. Does time frame matter when time frame does not matter, guys. As long as you are following the setup, that is all that matters. You can take strategy number 9 outside the money zone. AUD USD entry was outside the money zone. The setup is anytime you have that setup. Rewatch strategy number 9. I don't talk about a certain time frame. I don't talk about a certain time zone. It's about the setup. That's all that matters. The setup. If the setup is correct, you are good to go. No G pairs are ready for strategy 3. We talked about that already, guys. We'll go back and look at them. We already talked about that in the very beginning. No G pairs are ready for strategy 3. Someone asked about GU. GU. What do we have here, guys? It's a zone. We got a zone here. Strategy number 3 here. Let's see here. Price has already moved 28, almost 29 pips in the 80 channel. We need a whole nother what? We need a whole nother 20 pip move for it to break the zone. So you're talking about almost 50 pips. And we've been in an uptrend for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now. I'm looking for a reversal. I'm expecting a reversal. We've been in an uptrend too long. Too long. But we'll see. It's all about the charts. We trade the charts. I don't speculate. I trade what I see, what I get, whatever the market gives me. So what you do? Don't speculate, guys, because no one, when you start speculating, then you start putting in trades based on your speculation, and then you start losing because when the trade finally forms and happens, you then see, oh, I should have took an opposite trade because now the setup is there. Wait for the setup. Patience is part of the game. If you don't have it, you will not succeed in this game. You will not succeed if you don't have patience. And if you won't succeed if you don't have discipline. All right. How do you know when to take TP2 instead of TP1? TP1, I typically go for TP1 all the time. Higher probability win rate. TP2, I only recommend taking if you are trading it on H1 time frame, or if you are you have clear skies. So if you're gonna buy, there's no resistance above you. If you're gonna sell, there is no support below you. Somebody said Bitcoin on the 15-minute. I don't really trade the 15-minute, but let's go look at it. Bitcoin on the 15. BTC, it shouldn't be going up, it should be going down. And it's in the zone. So I'm definitely not looking to take that. We're inside the zone. So guys, just because we have price going up doesn't mean that we're looking to take trades. It's in the zone. We're not taking trades inside the zone. You know, we're not taking trades inside the zone. All right. Zone disappeared on GN. Zone disappeared. Now we're just looking for what? Now we're looking for the breaky break. Looking for the break. How big is this Asia channel? Asia channel is 35 pips. Oh, yeah. Needs some correlation, though. GA's moving down. GCAT starting to try to move back down. GU, what's GU doing? It's trying to move back down, but I just need to break that moving average before I feel comfortable. Same thing with GJ. They keep getting tripped up right there. Like I said, I'm expecting G pairs to reverse, but again, I'm gonna trade what I see. I expect them to reverse because they're overexhausted. They've been rising for 6 days straight. And with GN, we get a break in the close of this blue line here. Now that the zone is gone, I am taking a sale. As long as we have correlation. I need G-Chef, GU, and GJ to all be underneath the moving average when GN closes below the zone. We get those three, plus you get the rest of them already in play. We're good. We're good. Euro pairs, we got news. So I ain't messing with nothing right now. We'll wait till after the news is over with. EUR-AUD. If you took EUR-AUD earlier, a nice little bag entry outside the money zone. But again, if you know what you're doing, you could have taken that trade. So you have confidence. You have some more analysis. EUR-NZD, looking for that break as well. So correlating pairs again, guys. GBP-NZD, EUR-NZD. Look at this move here, and let's go look at GBP-NZD. Very, very similar move. You see that? Very, very similar move between GBP-NZD and EUR-NZD. All right. Very, very similar move. Look at that. Up, a little down, back up, like a little, it's a slanted up M during the inside the money zone. And look at EUR-NZD. Inside the money zone, up, down, and up. Very, very similar. They correlate. So if one breaks the blue line and closes below it, the other one's probably going to do the same thing because, again, they correlate. When you start to understand correlating pairs and how that correlation truly works, you can then start to take multiple trades. So we get into the GBP-NZD, and again, I got the blue line here on EUR-NZD, and I got the blue line on GBP-NZD. It's not a coincidence. I got it there because they correlate, and they got the same, potential setups, and we are looking for a nice break. I'll be looking to take both of those for sale. Gold to buy. What gold doing? Right at the zone. We ain't touching it. We ain't touching it. When you start to learn about correlating pairs, you will really GJ on 5 minutes. You really start to truly understand, how the market moves, together. So let me stop sharing, answer some more questions. Gold made its moves, guy. We're not looking at gold anymore. Not looking at EJ either. All right, GN and EN are the two that I'm looking at. Money zone does not apply to strategy number 9. That is correct. You can trade it whenever, as long as the setup is there. Must have the setup. Look what I talk about. You want to wait for price because it usually consolidates. Let's go look at the charts. Shout out to everybody, all 303 you guys on the call. All right. You see this here? What you're waiting for again is during Asia session, you have a what? The trend is up. Market makers come in. You see here, we had a previous reversal. People thinking, oh, the market's been going up for a while. Now it's been trending down. Oh yeah, we got a reversal coming. Boom, you got 1 push, 2 push, 3 pushes down. All right. And so people are like, oh yeah, here's a break. Sell, 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 sell. I got a 38 reverse on the fib. I got this. Zoop, blown account. Why? That was a fake out. Now, for us, we're not taking that trade because AIRO users know that the overall trend is up. We got more green zones than red zones, so we know we're looking for buys. And then guess what? Price came down, hit the fake out, touched the 200 moving average, came back above the moving average, the AIRO moving average, the blue line, stayed above the 200. That is our trigger to be looking for the buy. We had this candle right here, closed above the AIRO moving average, which is above the 200. We get in the next candle, set our stop loss at 25 pips, didn't even come in close. It only went 4 pips the wrong way. And then we set TP1 at 25. It's been as high as 27. That's it. Why that works, go watch strategy number 9. We're not going to go over it too much here. Let me answer these questions. We'll try to get some trades. EJW strategy 8. We're not looking at euros, guys. We're not looking at euros. We're not looking at euros. We have news in 22 minutes. All right, we have news in 22 minutes. And if you see here, everyone keeps calling out EJ. All right, here's EJ. All right, we're in a buy trend on EJ. All right, it already broke the W long before the money zone. So I'm not taking the trade at the moment because of news. Setups mean nothing if there's news coming out because the market makers use news to move the market to stop you out. Trend is up. If the news is strong enough, what I expect to see and what I've seen many times is people are in a trade, news comes, shoots down, you get scared, you get out the trade, or your stop loss is too tight, it takes you out, and then what? Then price turns around and heads the right direction in the overall trend. That is what market makers do all day long. They use news as an excuse. News doesn't mean anything. News is an excuse for the market makers to move the market to fake you out because they do what? They can see where all your trades are at. They know where your stop loss is at. They know where your take profit is at. They know where, they know if you're in margin call. They know it all. They see it. They have the charts. They can see everything in the background. All right? They see it. And because they see it, they do what? They then go get the money. If they know that money's down here, they'll move the market to go down there and get the money. The overall market is an uptrend. We see that, right? Uptrend. Then why would they come down here? If the market is heading up, look at that. Heading up, heading up. Let's come down here and get some money. There's money down here. Head back up. Let's get the money. Head back up. News coming. They could say, let's go get some more money and then head back in the right direction that we know the trend is in. All right? That's what they do all day long, guys. That's what they do all day long. We're not in any trades right now, guys. We're not in any trades. We got 22 minutes. Only trades I'm looking at is GBP NZD, EUR NZD. As of right now, and then Ethereum, but Ethereum is we needed to break the blue line before we even look at potentially getting into the trade. So we'll see. Shaping up to be a tough night. So we'll see. I'm hoping news kind of shakes things out. We got 20 minutes until London session starts. London session starts in 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes. Let's answer some more questions real quick here. So someone asked about using AIRO on the 1 minute. So the lower the time frame you go, the more difficult overall trend is. The higher the time frame, the stronger the trend is. The 15-minute chart, believe it or not, is my favorite chart because I'm a scalper. But as I've learned, the 15-minute chart is actually the same chart the market makers trade on. Once I learned that, I knew I was on the right path when it came to trading. So that's why I use the 15-minute, because I'm a natural scalper. I can catch my 20 to 50 pips on a 15-minute chart, but then also the market makers trade on the 15-minute chart. So I'm staying on a 15. I like the 5 for more volatile pairs. I may start taking some trades off the H1. And then, of course, I teach on the H4 as well, but I don't trade off of it personally because I don't have the patience to hold trades long term. Some people do. Some people like to swing trade. Someone said EJ strategy 9. We're not looking at euros right now, guys. AIRO 4 version 4. There is no timeline on when it's coming out. Got some things to fix first. Some things that I had a conversation today with the CTO. Shout out to Mr. Bill Wynn. He's maybe on the call. And we talked about some things, trying to ensure that we're doing everything in our power, both on my end with the software and optimizing it, as well on Bill's side with the VPS and the company itself, to ensure that we give you guys the best user experience when it comes to the actual VPS and the issues we've had. All right, so we're working religiously around the clock to make sure that is taken care of. Someone asked why I don't have the green zone on my chart with GBP NZD. Because you're probably using a different broker than I am. Different brokers will have different zones, different width, different zones. Also, different brokers will have arrows popping up at different times, because the entire chart itself, all right, everything is predicated on price. These zones only pop up based on certain price points. These arrows pop up based on price. The candles are colored based on price and how they move and where they stop at. So if your broker is different than mine, then guess what? You're probably going to have different zones, some zones, same zones, different zones. That's because different brokers, all right? Different brokers. Same thing with arrows. We talked about that. Different brokers. The playlists. I put that in the group. I'll put it in the group again today here. I'll put the YouTube playlist. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Here are the playlists from YouTube. It's a live YouTube live channel. So once you get past the first commercial and you play it, it will be it'll never stop again. So only when you stop playing and pause it will it goes back to the commercial. Otherwise, it just plays forever. Guys, the AIRO moving average is proprietary. I don't give that information out. All right. What is my take on CJ? CJ. Let's go look at CJ. Let's go look at CJ. CJ is in the uptrend, and I'm not looking to take trades on CJ right now. There's no setup. No setup, guys. Hey, don't second guess yourself. If you don't see a setup based on the strategies, then there is no take on it. There's nothing there. There is nothing there. Absolutely nothing. It's an uptrend, and there's nothing there. If there's nothing there, don't take it. It's okay. It's quite okay. Some days you're not going to take trades. You guys have been with me on these calls. Sometimes we don't take trades because there wasn't a move, and that's fine. Knowing when not to take trades is just as important, actually probably more important than knowing when to take trades. All right? Keep that in mind. You don't have to trade every day. We've missed trades. If we got on at our usual time, we'd have had 50 pips on gold, and everybody be happy right now. So I'm kind of upset we didn't get on earlier. But I knew this was going to happen. We're going to miss some moves because we're getting on, a little later now, an hour later. And that's cool because we've actually done better. We've actually, since we've got on an hour later, I think we've had more trades taken, than usual because, that's just how it's been going. So it's all good. Back to the Q&A. The blue line just shows, gives me a vertical, it's just a vertical line. It just kind of gives me an idea of where I'm potentially looking at taking a trade at. That's all. It's just a visual for me. AIRO EA. It's going to be out when it comes out, guys. I don't have a timeline on it. Right now, we got to get the foundation. There's a lot more to release than just regular AIRO. So it will be released when it gets released. To this point, I'm aiming for this summer, but again, when it's ready, I'm not going to put out a bad product. Ethereum is not ready. Someone wants to know my story on how I got into Forex and became proficient. So I was on Facebook one day. My frat brother, I think he's actually on the call. Shout out. Let me see if he's on the call. I thought I saw him earlier. Yep, there he is. Shout out to Etoya White. He was on the call. I don't know if he's still here. There he is, Mob. So my frat brother, Etoya White, and my other frat brother Bruce is on here as well. Shout out, fellas, to the frat. But frat brother Etoya was on Facebook talking about trading with another company at the time, and I hit him up. Was like, "Hey man, what is this? Hey, we got another frat in the group, man. Hey, Blue Fire." And he was posting screenshots on Facebook. And this is before it was really known, to the masses like it is now. I hit him up, was like, hey, frat, what is this? You're trading. I knew what the charts was, but I wasn't really familiar with Forex. I had been doing stocks and options and commodities and penny stocks and cryptocurrency, but I hadn't really got into the hey, frat coming out all over the place. And so that, that's kind of my story there. That was back in 2016. So he told me about the company he was with, and they were training, and I looked up and did all my research on Forex, and was like, all right, this is something I can do. I can get into this. And so that's how I got into it. My frat brother. Number two, how did I get proficient? I got proficient because I'm hard-headed. For the first 6 months, all I learned how to do was draw trend lines and gamble. I blew $5,000 in the first 3 months, and even more after that. I think I lost over $10,000 in the first 6 months because I was gambling. I was, I go to the casino and gamble, and I lost money. And they got to the point where I was tired of losing money. Here's the sad story behind why I've got to the point where I'm proficient. I decided to stop being so hard-headed and get a mentor and actually follow somebody's rules, because the losses I was taking in Forex was eating into my discretionary income I had to go to the casino with. I couldn't go to the casino to play craps and blackjack. And that's what forced me to become more disciplined, because I wanted to make sure I had money to go gamble. That is what forced me. It's very interesting, but that's what forced me to become proficient, because at that point, I decided to take trading seriously. I got a mentor. He was, introduced me to a lot of things, a strategy, how to look at and see market structure, breakout strategies. At the time, my mentor only traded GBP, JPY. And so I only traded GJ. That's why I call it GJ Bay. I traded GJ for 2 years straight. That's why I know so much about the Great Britain pound pairs, the different breakouts. I even have a time-based strategy for the G pairs, which I may give you guys at some point. We'll see. Can't give you everything at once. But I know a lot about G pairs. And that was because of being on that call and just learning about correlating pairs and all that. And then after that, I branched off, tried another company, tried some other softwares, tried being in part of different groups. And over time, I've learned from other traders, 6-7-figure traders, 8-figure traders. And I'm like a sponge. I'm a nerd, so I pick up on certain things. And then I decided, I say, hey, I'm doing my own thing. Let's find a creative way to make trading easy for everybody. And from there, AIRO was born. So my love for the casino forced me to be a better trader, because I wanted to keep gambling, and Forex was taking away that pleasure. That's why and I'm not even a great trader. I'm just an above average trader, as I call it. I'm just an above average trader. And the reason why I'm not great, I'll never be great, because there's always so much more to learn. The market maker method, guys, I learned this strategy about 8 months ago. Blew my mind. Paid $4,000 to go to the course to learn about it. But I just learned about it. I've been trading Forex now going on 5 years this year. And I just learned about the market maker method 8 months ago and what it really means. And the strategy I'm teaching you guys and some of the fundamentals of it come from a market maker himself. So you're getting the real sauce of how they actually maneuver. There's a lot more intricacies in it, but I try to dumb it down as much as I can, because I believe that making things simple is the key to having repeat success. So that's my story. Someone wants to show me how to put the 200 moving average on. So throughout that story, I want you guys to take a couple of things away from it. Number one, get a mentor. Stick to a strategy. Master the strategy. Don't worry about trying to have 100 strategies. We have 10. As of tomorrow, we'll have 10 strategies out. With those 10, guess what? I always tell you guys the same thing. Find 2, master those 2. I recommend strategy 1 and strategy 3 if you're in London session. If you trade New York, I recommend strategies 1 and strategy probably 6 for New York session, because 6 is the counter trend strategy, which is a New York session trade. And it goes hand in hand with strategy 1. So those are the 2 I would recommend. They're very easy. Someone wants me. So how to add the 200 moving average. Again, select this icon here, gold folder with the gold star, right underneath charts. Real quick, let me look at EN and GN. All right, we're not ready for them. And Ethereum definitely isn't ready either. All right, so right underneath charts, you have a gold folder with a gold star. You click on that, you get your navigator window to pop up. From there, you have this setup right here. select the plus sign next to indicators. Open that up. That's where you'll find AIRO V3 at, or 3.1. From there, you do what? From there, you go to where it says trend, right underneath indicators, hit the plus sign, open it up. Moving average is right there. Double click moving average. The box opens up. Under parameters, period 200, shift 0, MA method exponential, apply to close. Style, I choose magenta, and then I make my line a little fatter. All this is in the video, guys. So if you're not watching the videos, I can tell because you're asking questions like how to do this. Nothing bad about that. Just make sure you use your resources. You guys are paying for it. Doesn't make any sense to not use something you're paying for. Use the resources you have so that you can be ahead of the game. It's there for you. It's only there to help. Once you do that, you hit OK. And boom, there it is. 200 moving average is on the chart now. 200 moving average is on the chart. Unfortunately, we are in an uptrend, so we're not looking to take any trades with that setup right now. We're in an uptrend, but MM's reversed right now, and so we're looking to see what they're going to do. All right, a lot more that goes into that. I'm probably going to add a part 3 and part 4 to market maker strategy, because right now I teach you guys in part 1 and 2 only to take market maker strategy trades with the trend. Now, once you understand the market maker, their cycle, you'll know when to take trades against the trend. And so part 3 or video maybe 3 and 4, I might make it a 2-part video. It'll probably be a 2-part video where I do teaching and then application on the chart. I'll add that at a later date. It'll still be part of part 9. It'll just be in addition to it to help you guys understand how to take those trades against the trend. Right now, let's just focus on taking it with the trend. All right. Stop sharing here. We'll look to see what's going on. The blue moving average is already on the chart, so you should have it already. After the news, what period of time do you wait before trading? So for me, I usually wait because I trade on the 15-minute chart. I usually wait typically 1 candle after the news comes out. That's just me, though. What strategy are the blue lines in Ethereum? That's not really a strategy. So a lot of trades, guys, that I teach, that I call trades on, are not necessarily strategies. They are sometimes just me reading the markets. Again, give you guys an example here. And one of these days, I'm going to do it for you guys. So due to me being a nerd and just learning how to trade, here's Ethereum. I also challenged myself last year, at the beginning of last year. I wanted another challenge to learn how to naked chart trade. So to learn how to literally take a naked chart like this with nothing on it, no indicator, no nothing, and actually learn how to mark it up and take trades using only the chart itself. Trend lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, maybe even use some Fibonacci. And so I understand how to trade the charts without using AIRO. Like right here, I see a wedge. Clear as day. Again, as you get better and more time on the chart, and again, I have thousands of hours on the chart. Once you get better, you'll start to see things like this. And you'll understand exactly what you're looking for. GCAD 30-minute, we don't care about that. All right. And you'll start to understand market structure yourself and be able to draw it yourself. All right, be able to draw it yourself. All right, so for me, if I saw this here, I got this wedge. It's a what? It's a ascending wedge. I'm looking for a breakout above the wedge and above this level of resistance here, and I take the buy up to this level. All right, so remember that level here, 1782.85. Let's go look at it with arrow on it. Now we go throw arrow on there. Oops. And we should have a nice little zone up in that area. 1782.85. So 1782.85 is somewhere in this area right here. Right in this area right here. Get a break there and take it to 1782.85. Like I was saying, break there, and that's where I take profit at. So we're in this area, 1782.85. So once you understand how to actually mark up charts without software, you'll start to see that with software, it just becomes even easier on your breakouts. Now, I'm still learning how to be more proficient with the cryptocurrency pairs. They different, they move different. And if everybody's been on this call since we started back in December with live trading calls, you guys will know that we've only lost 3 trades on this 4 trades on this session. Really 3, because I lost 4, but most of you guys didn't get out on a GCAD trade. So for the most part, we haven't lost any Forex trades on this call. All the trades we lost have all been cryptocurrency. And that's just due to the ability. I've got more time on the chart with Forex pairs, and we're more picky and we're more diligent with the Forex pairs. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, are a little different animal. All right. So as we start to tame cryptocurrencies, because I think we still have more wins than losses with cryptocurrency, they're just a different animal because they don't move the same. They haven't been around as long. Tools aren't built for cryptocurrencies because they don't move the exact same. All right. They're not as consistent. You may have a great setup one day and it does exactly what you want it, and the next day have the exact same setup and it doesn't do what you want. It does the total opposite, and you're like, what happened? With Forex pairs, you're going to tend to find that you have more consistency. All right. Look at the charts real quick. See what we got. There we go. G pairs moving down. So, all right, cool. I like that. 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 There we go. I like that. Now I need GN to head down. Everything moving down but GN. Remember what I told you guys though. GN is that one wild card. All the other all other Forex pairs, G pairs can be going up, and GN to be running 100 pips the opposite direction. GN is the wild card, and then GJ is GN's cousin, because GJ is the other pair that will do what it wants when it wants. So GN trying to push down. Let's look at EN. What's EN doing? Not doing much, nothing yet. All right, nothing yet. I'm watching those two. Everybody watch those. Let's watch those. GN needs to break 1.91416 and close below it. EN needs to close below 1.67652. That's what I'm waiting on for both of those. For us to look for sales on those. Ethereum is not doing what we want it to do. I'm not mad at it because you get 2 zones there and you get the wedge. So it's gonna need some force to break out. And it's following Bitcoin. AUD, USD, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's come back down. All right. Stop sharing. How long will I be doing live trade sessions? Right now, until I find my replacement. I want to make sure we get to the point where all the educators are giving you guys the same level of substance that I give, and other educators that they give good substance when it comes to educating, plus helping you guys get into trades successfully on a consistent basis. So when we have that, then I'll start to make some cameo appearances and back off and not be on here all day. I think we'll see. I like the trade, so I might stay on forever. Who knows? Somebody asked about the peekaboo strategy for EN. I don't trade the peekaboo, so don't know anything about it. Never been taught the peekaboo, so that is not something I trade. Everyone has something different. We don't all trade the same strategies. That may work for some educators, but peekaboo is not something I do. I just say that right now. I don't potentially trade that. So love to learn it. So I'll talk to Coach Mo about teaching me that. That way I can kind of understand what it is that everybody likes about that and how it works. So someone asked about trailing a stop loss like a pro. I don't even trail a stop loss like a pro, so I couldn't tell you. Don't know. Not really sure on that one. There are a lot of YouTube University is probably one of the best places you can go to learn a lot about whatever it is you want to learn. Someone said GN's almost there, so we'll take a look. So I'm not a pro, so I couldn't really tell you. GN trying to push. We're trying to push. GJ still down, 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 down. We got 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes. We need GN to close below the blue line. It's below it now. We need to close below the blue line. And then in 8 minutes, I'm taking a sale. Just letting you know that now. What's Ian doing? Come on, Ian. Head down. All right, Ian's starting to head down now. Finally. All right, finally. Hopefully this thing doesn't push too far down. Again, I don't jump in trades right away. I need it to close. Reason being, I could jump in right now, and then it gets down another 2-3 pips, and then it reverses all the way back up. And then it comes back up, closes back up here, and then takes off the other way. All right, so that's why I don't take trades on the move. Another thing that market makers do is this. They make these very long wicks. I think we saw one here on GA. Was it GA? No, GCAD. There it is. People see this and they get in. Sell, 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 sell. Look at it. Now people getting in down here. Now it's pulling back. That thing might pull back all the way, close up here, and then take off the other direction. Happens all the time. It's probably happening to you. I know it's happened to me. I quit doing that, especially on gold. This right here would be a 100 pip drop. You get in down here and now you 60 pips in negative. Like, the heck happened? We were selling. My man called a signal. He said sell. But your man didn't know. The market maker just said, gotcha. Happens all the time. That's why I wait for closed candles. Live trading sessions, guys, will be year round. We're not going to stop this. So we will not stop live. Matter of fact, we're only going to add to the live trading sessions. So no need to ask about it. They're not going anywhere. They're only going to get bigger and better. And we're going to add more asset classes. ADR will come out when we have version 4. So whenever that comes out. What do I first look for to take a trade? I look to see if I have any setups with any of the strategies. So that's what I look for. That's the first thing I look for. Do I have any setups? I know usually when we first get on London session, we are looking to potentially have an Asia session breakout. So I know strategy number 3 is one I'm going to consistently use. I'm also looking to see, first thing, what trend are we in overall for each pair that I trade. And then from there, I'm looking to see, hey, where are we at in the market maker cycle, potential bag entry trades, wedges. So as the day goes on, if I can't find, if my favorite strategy to go to, strategy number 1, strategy number 3, when we first set up with the trend. If I don't see those having any potential setups, then guess what? Next thing you know, I'm looking for another strategy. I'm looking to see, can I apply some strategy to any pairs that I'm on? If I can't, then I wait. I'll wait for setups. And then again, I'll start, doing what? I'll start taking trades based on my analysis of the market. So let's mark up GBP NZD. Let's mark it up. All right, so I just set this thing up. So let me walk you through how I analyze the chart when I don't see strategies that work out. So I know we're an overall trend. So I'm drawing my trend line. All right. We had a break of the trend line here. All right. So I see that we got a break of the trend line. And so then I draw two more trend lines here, like so. These right here allow me to see what? They allow me to see the new trend, because now you can see that price is down, moving within this channel, this downward channel. All right. This right here was the break of that zone. That market structure was right here. That was the bottom of it. That's why this blue line is here. This blue line is here based on if I look left. Look at that. Price is sitting right there. Look at that. That wick touched it there. These candles touched it there. These candles got very close. And I'm pretty sure, and I didn't never went back. You guys saw it. So I'm gonna go back left now. Like I've taught you guys before, to go back and look left. Let's go look. Look at that. That wick touched it and bounced right off. Look at that. Candles hit it, bounced off, hit it, bounced off, hit it, bounced off, broke back above it. Look at that. Come right up to it. Come right up to it. Come right up to it. Bounce off. Wicked it, bounced off. Happens over and over, guys. Price does nothing but repeat itself over and over again. That's why I put that line there. And I can eyeball it because I've been doing this long enough. And I measured this just a minute ago. It's about 28 pips wide. So I'm looking for a close below this here, and I'm looking for 20 pips. We should get a nice little break here. Close below. We got 2 minutes. If we can get a close below this blue line, I'm taking it for 20 pips. And this is 28 pips at this level. And I feel good that we'll catch our 20 pips. All right. Also, I'm doing what? Also, I'm checking what? All my other G pairs for correlation. GJ down strongly. GU down strongly. Was that a zone? So that gives me a little pause. GCAD down. GI down. G Chef down. And they're all down strongly. We're at the start of we're 13 minutes into London session. So we got some good volume coming into the market. So that's how I look at the market. All right. That's how I analyze the market when I don't have a setup. This type of analysis comes with time. So in the meantime, don't worry too much about it. Follow the strategies in place. I guarantee you, as you progress through the strategies, you will start to notice things over and over and over again because price repeats itself. So start with strategies 1 through 4 if you're a beginner, 5 through 7 if you are intermediate, and if you're an advanced trader, 8 through 10. That's how it's set up. I put these videos in order for a specific reason. 1 through 4 for beginners, 5 to 7 for intermediate, 8 to 10 for advanced. They're put in order so that people can progress. So as you're a beginner, you start with 1, and eventually, by the end of the year or sooner, depending on how much time you put on the chart, you're now at strategy number 10. And you now have a clear understanding of what's going on. Closed above the zone. Closed above that line. So I don't like it. What's Ian doing? Ian's not even coming down. G Chef. We'll see what happens. That zone broke. And I hate when this happens too. But we should get a nice little push down here. Close right at the zone. Mm. You got to second guess yourself. Don't take the trade. Regardless of the fact if it goes in profit, if you got to second guess yourself, don't take the trade. So I'm not going to take it. I love trading with you guys on the call. I got very good habits. I have very good habits with you guys on the phone, on the call. Because when you guys are on the call, sometimes depending on how good I'm feeling, I still break my rules. So even I, as trading for so long, even I still struggle sometimes with discipline. But I love trading with you guys. You guys, I gotta do a lot of practicing what I preach, and so it forces me to be more disciplined. Because I got to make sure that you guys stay disciplined. So you got to second guess it. Don't trade it. Let's go answer some more questions. Yeah, I don't know. Depending on how many trades we keep on missing, we may go back to the original time. I think, temporarily we just moved up because we don't have all the educators out yet. We want to, get more time, and we want to have some better looks. So once we get enough educators, we'll get to the point where we have all 12 hours in the money zone, somebody teaching at all times. But you guys don't need us. You have all the strategies, and you have the software. Trade. Well, I think at the very beginning, somebody took 40 pips off of gold in the very beginning. Bag entry trade. So yeah, you don't need us. So someone said they can't move the horizontal and vertical lines when they're when they're placed on the chart. So go look at that. All right. So when I put a horizontal line here, like this blue line here, I can't move it. Now, if I double click on it, you'll see there's white dots on the end. Now I can do what? Now I can move it. Oops. There you go. Now I can move it. Put it back right there. And then if you want to also, once you have the double white dots on either side, you right click on it and you go to horizontal line properties. And then from there, you can change the color, change the thickness and all that. Hit OK, double click it, now it's stuck in place. Right? The reason why you want to double click it to make sure it stays in place is because if you start to go backwards and look at the rest of your chart, sometimes you may accidentally try to scroll backwards on the actual line itself and you'll move the line. So that's why they allow you to lock it in place. Hopefully that helps. Binary released. I don't know yet. The team is killing it right now. I'll tell you that right now. I gave them a simple strategy, and we had people going 52-5, 38-2. I mean, before we got on the call, I went 8-1 before we got on the call. Just a few trades I took. So I mean, I think I'm 20-3 for the day. So it's pretty good. I'm hoping to launch it mid-March. I might say April 1st and then make an April Fool's joke on you guys. I don't know. Heard you're a professor. What college? I went to Langston University, so HBCU in Oklahoma. Had a degree in mathematics and computer science. How do you say you was gambling? How do you know you're gambling with Forex? So when you're gambling with Forex, here's how you know. You're not using proper risk management. You're throwing big lot sizes down to make up for a trade you just lost. You're not following, strategies at all. You're chasing candles. It's like this candle right here. I see it moving down. I may say sell, 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 and then it reverses all the way back up. That's gambling. You're not following rules. You're not, Again, you're not using proper risk management. I can say, man, I lost my last 2 trades. Let me go ahead and double my lot size so I can make that money back. That's gambling. That's what happens when you gamble. You're cutting corners. You're trying to make a quick dollar. That's when you gamble. Gambling is risking money for fun with very little sound principles. Because most people just put money in the slot machine and pull the lever. The slot machine has the worst odds in the house. If you want to actually try to win, you want to look to play craps or blackjack. Those 2 games and roulette. Those are the 3 games that have the highest probability chance of you actually making money. Otherwise, you're gambling. So that's how I know I'm gambling. For me, when I break my rules, when I get greedy, and try to go put 2 and 3 positions on of a bigger lot size, chase the long candle. There's different things you can do. It's what I call gambling. What do I think about trading using bots? I love bots. I've got a bot right now that is a beast. Even the AIRO bot right now is about 71, 73% accuracy. Not good enough for me yet. Got a few little kinks I need to work out. But yeah, I love it. I love bots. Who did I learn the market maker method from? There's a gentleman named Steve Morrow. So a lot of people in the group that don't know where to find the training videos at. All right, so let me log into my account real quick and show you guys where to find these videos at. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys my account real quick. Here's my Auvoria Prime account. All right, right here at the top of the screen, when you log into your back office, you select AP Academy. Here's AP Academy. All right, you come to this page here. First thing you want to do is go to My First Steps. Click on that right there. My First Steps. You'll come to this page here. Scroll down. Go through this module of My First Steps. Go through My Education. And then when you get down to My Product Setup, you want to go through these videos. All right. All these videos here. But then at the very top, you want to go to what? My Products. Once you come here, now you scroll down, you should see that you have AIRO sitting here. When you do that, go to Access Setup Course. From there, guess what? You have me talking about the overview of AIRO, the VPS setup for AIRO, the setup of actual AIRO, the software and all that, how to get your notifications to your phone, and then every strategy that's been released, 1 through 9. Here is everything. That's how you find it in the back office. All right. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Hey, everybody. We got a special guest on the call, all the way from New York session, Mr. Dante Lewis himself. What's going on, man? He's on mute right now. See if he comes back for us. See if he starts real quick. GN, stay right there, man. I'm about to get in this bad boy. We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. GJ trying to pull back. GU trying to pull back. GCat still down. GOD still down. G Chef semi down. Right, come bouncing from that potential zone right there. We'll see. We'll see. EN starting to try to push down. EG. What's EG doing? EG. It's in a downtrend. Euro odd. Broke the zone. JPY just chilling. Gold busted through. Bitcoin consolidating now. Same with Ethereum, AUD, USD. Come back down. We got 5 minutes. If it goes too far down, we ain't taking it. This candle is up 13, almost 14 pips. We got 4 minutes. Dante, what's up, man? Can you hear us? Oh, got to put the baby boy to sleep. Yeah, most definitely. Let's see here. So strategies best for London session. I recommend 1 and 3. If you're gonna master 2, I'd recommend strategy number 1 and strategy number 3 for London session. People keep asking about EUR USD. Let's go look at it. I don't like EUR USD, guys, because it doesn't move very much. I don't trade pairs that don't move very much. I need volatility in my pairs so I can catch pips. I don't like catching 3, 4, 5 pips, 7 pips. I need to catch 20, 40, 50, a couple thousand, like with Bitcoin. EUR USD. Let's go look at it. Nothing to look at, guys. It's an uptrend and it's sitting inside of a zone right now. I mean, it's sitting at a zone, bouncing off a zone. There's nothing to look at. Absolutely nothing to look at. 5-minute chart. Nothing. Minute 30. Nothing. H1. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, guys. Don't second guess yourself, guys. You know what you're doing. Don't second guess yourself. If you don't see nothing, there's probably nothing right now. Wait for the setup. My line name when I was online for Phi Beta Sigma was Mr. Know-It-All. Mr. Know-It-All was my line name. Someone asked me about the quarters theory. Dwayne, I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. The quarters theory, never heard of it. All right, we got 1 minute here. Let's go look at that GN trade. What we gonna do, guys? What we doing with GN? All right, guys. I'm entering the sell on the GN trade. I'm entering the sell on the GN trade. I want to take it. TP1 is 10 pips, but I definitely want to go take it 20 pips. And I'll explain what I mean by that. All right, so 20 pips will put us somewhere around price coming down here, touching the bottom of the downward channel that it's in. You see, it's been going back and forth to the top. I hope it comes back down and touch the bottom. We get the 20 pips. But for me, I really like 10 pips because that'll put us. I think we're currently about 13 pips away from the blue line, which I told you guys coincides right here with this level of mild support. All right, so that support level right there. So I put it at 20 pips just in case price shoots down. What I've learned about the G pairs is they'll when they get to moving, they'll move. So definitely, I always put my take profit a little further than where I want it. All the G pairs, I went back and checked those first before I entered the trade. They were all strongly moving down, so I felt pretty good about it. All right, feel pretty good about it. So I got it at 20 pips, but I'm definitely looking to snag 10. Looking to snag 10 or right here to this blue line for sure. So we get there, I'm closing trade out. If it gets there and kind of stalls, I'm closing out. Now if it gets there and it's still moving good, and we're gonna let it run. All right, we're gonna monitor this from my phone so I can get back to answering you guys a couple questions here. EUR NZD slow playing, but you guys see it. That gold trade moving. That gold, oh, it's EG. Never mind. It's EG. There's gold. All right. Bitcoin, Ethereum been kind of slow lately, which to be expected. We had a lot of excitement with everything going on with Elon Musk and Tesla. So to be expected, it's kind of just chilling right now. Let's answer some more questions here. So 0.01 lot size. Make sure to come on my Sunday night calls. We talk about those. But 0.01 lot size is a 10-cent lot size. 10 cents. 0.1 lot size is $1 per lot. And then a 1.00 is a standard lot, which is $10 per pip. We're now blue, guys. We're now in profit on GN. I'm watching on my phone. We just lit up blue. Blue, blue, blue. So the reason why it's blue. All right. Somebody asked me about take profit stop loss. So looking for a 10 pip, 13 pip take profit, which means I'm going to have about a 20 pip stop loss. So I'm going to cut mine short, 10, 20, give or take. I got my take profit set at 20. I'm got my stop loss set at 20. Well, I'm gonna close out at 20. I don't have it set. All right, so guys, I'm just kind of answering some people's questions right now. Trying to catch up. It's about 30 questions in the Q&A. I need to, try to catch up, guys. We're in the GN sale right now. A little bit of a pullback. We're down about 5-6 pips. Nothing crazy. Looking for a push down for about 10 pips. 10 to 20. I've got mine set at 20, but I'm looking for 10. So down about 5 pips right now. So while I go through and answer some of these questions, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little tunes on. Like we're down about 4 pips right now, heading back in the right direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the tunes back on while I answer these questions here. So if you want to go ahead and get in, something to drink, use the restroom, whatever the case may be, hey, feel free to do so. All right, guys, I'm back. Answered all questions here. If you hit me up on Telegram or Instagram, I will get back with you. We're about 13 pips in DD right now on GN, testing that zone that broke through there. Someone talked about the 200 moving average. It closed below the 200 moving average, and then it's come back above it. You can see here that GJ, little retrace, heading back down. GU, heading back down already, little retrace. GCAT, retrace, now starting to head back down. It's in the zone. GI, trying to push back down. G-Chef, same thing there. Retracing, now it's trying to push back down. And then GN, we're just kind of sitting here chilling. EN is not pushing down, so we probably won't get that break, at least not on this call. We have, I guess we still got an hour and 10 minutes left on this call. I thought we were getting ready to get off, but I forgot it's till 4 a.m. Central. No, all right. So now we're down, instead of 16, now we're down 10 and climbing, heading the right way. And right. No true setups right now. Gold is in an uptrend. Bitcoin gave us a notification, a buy notification while we were on that little break. It's not really doing nothing. Ethereum, not really doing nothing to that zone. Well, we got a couple questions here. Someone said EN Strat 9 counter trend. Let's take a look at it. So there are even amount of zones right now on EN, 5 resistance zones, 5 support zones. We're in an uptrend. And so the beautiful thing about this here is that I wouldn't take is for a couple of reasons. Number one, if this closes above 25 pips, about right there, yeah, you could get it could be a nice little buy on this trade here for strategy number 9. But there are even amount of zones. So I would not be looking to trade. I need to understand the overall trend. There isn't a trend right now. We see, the trend of upward, but with the zones, there are 5 and 5. So I wouldn't be looking to take this trade, even if we got to close above this and it qualifies for strategy number 9 because of the even amount of zones. During my back testing, the highest probability win ratio was the perfect setup when we had a clear trend, more green than red, more red than green. Even it was hit or miss, right? Hit or miss. So I wouldn't be looking to take this trade on the EN for the strategy number 9. All right, or about 16 pips, 17 pips, DD. All right. 20 pips for those who got, we had it at directly at 20 pips. We got stopped out on that trade. I put mine kind of like strategy number 1 at the top here of the support level or resistance level here. So for those that saw that, I put mine there at a level I'm expecting price not to go back to. It's not 40 pips and get us room. As I told you guys, we're going for about 13 pips here. 13 times 2. Anytime I'm going for take profit, I typically look for 2x my take profit. So I'm looking to cut my take profit be below the 20. Then I'm looking to double my take profit for my stop loss. So I think we said 13 pips here is what we're aiming for. We get to 13 pips. My stop loss is like 27 pips. Should be around 26, but I've got it at 27 because it's right there at the top of that where price kind of leveled out at. That's a level of resistance right here. Previous high. Man, it's a slow night tonight, man. We had a blast last night. We took 5 trades. I think last night we took the most trades we've ever taken on a London session. 3 for 2. Okay, night wasn't great. We made money, but I wasn't really pleased with one trade at S&P. See, our G pairs moving back down strongly. Now it's time to get that. Yeah, moving down strongly. Now it's time to get that GN to push down. GN will, again, it's the raunchy one of the bunch. So if it does follow suit, it's either going to be early or late. It's never really, if it's on time, if it's at the same time as the other G pairs, oh, it's just the perfect night. Like we had yesterday when everything was moving up and we took those 3 G pairs. I think GN, we took that buy. Yeah. Break of Asia session, we took this GN buy right here yesterday. We tipped this buy yesterday for GN. Break of Asia session. So strategy number 3. And it was moving at the same time as everything else was moving. You don't see that very often. It happens. It happens. I guess you say it happens sometimes, but it's not a consistent thing. Oh, let's see here. Let me throw on AIRO MM on RV chart. I want to see the setups. Somebody asked about Bitcoin. Cody, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Cody, the theory that look at the wicks at the top and the bottom of moves. If the wick is equal or longer than the length of the candle itself, take opposite direction. Let's go take a look at that. EG 30-minute chart, GA 60-minute chart, GU 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart. All right. Now I'm getting stuff for G 30-minute charts real quick. Show you guys here. This is AIRO version 4 here. It is a dashboard. It shows you all the symbols you want. So I look at these 14 on a daily basis. All the time frames you want. I usually only look to 5 through the hour. And I might, for me, when everybody gets it out, I just put it on here so you guys can see it all. But I only trade 5 minutes through the hour. I saw the ones I pay attention to. H4 to monthly, I don't care about. And then when it lights up orange, that means sell. Lights up green, it means buy. That means a sell arrow popped up. That means a buy arrow popped up. When you click on it, so we'll click on EG 30-minute chart, it will open up EG with AIRO on the 30-minute chart. You see here, 30-minute chart. And you'll get to see that arrow. All right, so that kind of works. So I can't wait for this to come out for you guys. But let's go Bitcoin. Bit to the coin. So we got a big long wick here, longer than the body. Same thing here. And then it dropped. These are what you call hangman or evening stars formation on the candlesticks. Let's go look and see what happens elsewhere. Happened here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Happened here, nice little reversal. Happened here, reversal. So yeah, I mean, especially if you catch that candlestick formation, that's all it is a candlestick formation. You're identifying a candlestick formation. You know, if it's like this right here, this is what's called a hammer. This is what's called an evening star. So you're just identifying candlestick formation. So if you want to learn more, I would say go to Google or YouTube and look up Forex candlestick formations. Learn all you can about them. They are powerful. I speak about those in strategy video number 8 when we talk about Fibonacci. Slow motion, guys, slow motion. Let's jam out a little bit. Hey guys, while we vibe out, I'm gonna start answering some questions to those who have hit me up on Telegram and Instagram. So let's vibe out. I'll get back on here in about 5 minutes and answer some more questions and see if we can't learn someone while we wait for this trade to play out.
So that's it. You won't stay here, not yet. The wrong thing. You don't think either one of us could ever change? Right now, it doesn't seem so.
All right, we're back. We're back. Got some questions in the Q&A. They got some trades take longer than others. What I say is, hey, we've been spoiled with a lot of our trades hitting take profit very quickly, but it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you're gonna have trades that go longer to make the move. That's just kind of how it works. BTC looks like an M. Let's go look at BTC. And again, guys, these are just trades I'm taking. You don't have to take these trades. All right. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just letting you know what I'm getting in. It's been a pretty piss poor night so far, and I kind of could tell by the beginning of the day that was gonna be a slow night. Yeah, you got an M starting to form potentially right here with BTC. But again, you want BTC to be in a downtrend, and you want this information to be planted in a, kind of like it's set up right here in a resistance zone, but you don't want there to be no support. That way, when the M breaks the neckline here, you can sell. So this is not a very good M because we're in an uptrend and there's a zone on both sides. So it's not a good M that you want to look to trade. Question: what effect does 200 moving average have in relation to support resistance? All right, great questions. Let's talk about that. All right, let's go look at the charts here. Go look at the charts here. And AUD USD. So what does it play? So to this zoom out. All right, let's zoom out for a minute. And you can see that what? When price is what? When price is above the 200, we're typically in a uptrend. When price is below the 200, and again, the 200 is this magenta moving average here. When it's below the 200, you're typically in the downtrend. All right. Now, the moving average, when in an uptrend, can be used as a level of support and resistance. Same thing with the downtrend. All right. The 200 moving average is a moving average that is highly respected because the 200 moving average is a moving average that the market makers use. The 200 moving average is a moving average that the banks and hedge funds use. So when you have big money that respects and utilizes the 200 moving average in their trading, then guess what? It's going to be respected because they respect it with the money they make, the money they're using. And so if the big money respects the 200 moving average, so does the little money, or so should the little money. All right. And that's kind of how that works out. Moving average, I wouldn't really call it a true level of support and resistance. I would just say the 200 moving average is a true guidance of the direction of where price is potentially going. All right. Or the overall trend. Use that as a guidance. Someone wants to look at EURCHF. Let's look at it. EURCHF is in a zone. It's not even worth talking about. It's literally inside of a zone. Not worth talking about. If it's inside of a zone, we don't care. There's no strategy about being inside a zone. We're not looking at that. All right, we're not looking at that. 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, you got a bag entry headed up, but it's in a downtrend. So again, we're not looking at that. So depending on how you go look at a different time frame. On the H1, it's inside of a zone. So we're not looking at EURCHF. There is no setup on EURCHF. EURNZD is BSing with us. Trying to head back down, but not really doing anything right now. Down 8 pips. Go back and look at GN. 8, 9 pips. We're down now. Starting to try to move that. Trying to move back down. We got about 34 minutes left, guys, and then it'll be end of the session. Looks like hopefully we can get a nice little push down. We can get about this trade. I don't like holding trades because I stay awake when I have trades open. I stay awake. So see if we get any more questions here. Someone says GJ strategy number 9. Let's take a look at that real quick. GJ strategy number 9. Good look. Just ended up over it. For me, I don't like it because the zone is right there. Half the pips. Someone said they took EG or EJ. Like they might have probably had a win. EJ up over 20 pips there. Great entry. The reason why we didn't get into the EJ, if you guys remember, when the setup was happening, all this was happening right here, there was Euro news out. I always stay away from news. You never know what's going to happen. Looks perfectly fine now, but the first time you take a news trade, or the second time, they may go fine. And then guess what? Then you start taking them more and more consistently, getting more and more aggressively, and then you take a news trade that's a red folder, and it smacks you. It goes the opposite direction and fast and hard, or even a orange folder news. So the whole goal is to be consistent with what you do. The more consistent you are, then you can start to see trends. If you're not consistent, you won't understand why you're winning, why you're losing. But if you're taking trades and being consistent with what you do every time, then you can start to see, okay, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, this does work, so let's stick with this. All right, this strategy right here, this strategy, this specific setup. I like these setups because I have a high win rate with that. So you want to stay consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to know what works the best and what doesn't work the best. It's going to be all over the place. Come on, G, you ain't playing with us. Hitting that trend line right there. I have some more questions here. So everybody keeps asking me about the blue moving average. It's proprietary, guys. So I'm not gonna give that secret out about which moving average it is. It's proprietary. Just know it's a Fibonacci level. I'll put it that way. It's a Fibonacci moving average. It's the reason why it works very well and looks so clean. So the AIRO moving average, the blue one, is a Fibonacci level moving average. I'll just say that. All right. Breaking news, we might just get into another trade. Go take a look at it here. So Nas 100. Dante is alive. He's working. He got the baby, so he's not can't get on the call. But he said he is looking at. I got to add it. Strategy number 2, Nas, which is an indice, and we're looking at strategy number 2, a little long-term trend. Let's go take a look at it. Let's go take a look at it. Nas 100. Nas 100 on the M30. All right. Uptrend. Got an up arrow. It's in the zone. It's a bag entry. Bounce arrow. Go. If you were in it back when we got the arrow, you'd be in about 92 pips in profit, 925 pips, which is on the M30, it's like 92.5. It's in the zone right now. Let's see what Dante has to say about that, so we can get explanation. He said he got into that trade. Let's take a look here. Let me look at something. Throw the fibs on there. So definitely the zero line. All right. So I'll tell you, Dante's in a buy on this one. If you're gonna buy on indices, guys, make sure that you use proper risk management. Lower your lot size. These indices are very volatile. A small move like that is a lot of pips. Like I said, just from entry on this arrow to where we're at now is about 100 pips right about now. A 0.01 lot size is actually a dollar lot size on Nas 100. All right, so keep that in mind as well. If you're looking to take the trade, I would take the trade to the bottom of the next zone or until the zero line here of the fib level. Your call. I'm currently in some DD right now in GN, so I'm not looking to get another trade. I got two positions here. Definitely with Nas because of the S&P 500. I may, because with S&P 500, I can trade with a 0.01 lot size, and that's a 10-cent lot size. But with US 30 and Nas 100, a 0.01 lot size is $1. So keep that in mind when you're actually making trades. That's why I always recommend trading demo before you trade live. That way you understand how to use the MetaTrader 4 tool. That way you understand how to use the strategies. And that way you understand how different pairs move, especially the ones that are not Forex pairs. All right, you understand how they move, and how their their margin, their leverage works. Because a NAS, a US 30, not only is a 0.01 a dollar lot size, a 0.01 also requires you to have more margin, more leverage, in your, which means you got to have more equity in your account. With S&P 500, I can, with the brokers I use, I can trade with a $50 account. I feel comfortable doing that because I know what I'm doing with S&P 500. Not recommended for beginners, but I would need more money in my account because I couldn't put the same trade on with a $50 account with Nas. So those are some of the small nuances that you just have to understand and learn when it comes to trading. And every broker is different. Some brokers are different. Some brokers, you have different lot sizes. A 1.00 lot size may be a $1 lot size. It just all depends on your broker. So always utilize a demo account first so you can understand the ins and outs of the broker and the pairs you're going to trade, the margin required, the leverage that you're utilizing, and how that affects your trades, everything. so that when you go live, you don't make a costly mistake that's going to really cost you real money. All right. Keep that in mind. Let me check out some more of the questions. All right. I got a couple of questions about the EA for AIRO. There's no date at the moment. All right. No date at the moment. So before we go, somebody wanted to take a look at Bitcoin as it's breaking out of the zone. Take a look at Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin 5-minute chart starting to break out of the zone there. We are still in a uptrend. Still an uptrend. For me, the best trades with Bitcoin are the basic, as you see here, bounce, AIRO, go trades. All right. Zone disappeared. Those are still the best trades there, the bounce, AIRO, go trade. So I don't really see. Definitely had a wedge breakout there, but we were definitely in DD. Shout out to those who are in NAS. Dante just called out up 80 pips. You look at NAS 100, moving up nicely. If you are in GN still, we're still hanging on. And you see here, we hit this trend line and we are reversing. So prices are respecting this trend line here. Looking for it to come back down below this 200 and head on down, take us out of our misery. TP again, around that 13 pip mark, 10 to 13 pips. That's what I'm looking at. We cut it in half because of this level of support right here. All right, let me answer some more questions for you guys. I'll make sure everybody gets their questions answered. And I know you guys like the music, so speaking of the music, I sent you guys the link to you guys earlier. Dante is the one that found the link, so hey, y'all shout out Dante in the chat. Let him know how much y'all appreciate the link to the live music. People asking about the bag entry trade for GJ. It's not even 10 pips to the next zone. That's why I'm not looking at taking that trade. It's not 10 pips to the next zone. That's also why I didn't take and call out the strategy number 9, because it's less than 25 pips to the next zone. All right. Keep that in mind. Got to always know where your levels of support and resistance are. No matter what strategy you're using, if you have a level of support or resistance there, there's a high likely chance that what? Price is going to come close to that level, to the level, and reverse. So, got to stay consistent. Knowing when not to trade, like we talked about earlier, is just as important as knowing when to trade. All right. All right, guys, before we go real quick, we'll go over what's going on right here. So we're still in GN. People laughing at it, and you guys, hey, trades never go directly where you want it to go. When you understand that, you understand that sometimes trades take a while to form. All right. Also, you'll know that, hey, you'll sometimes lose trades. We lose, and no one wins every trade. All right. Laughing at others is not going to help your cause. Laughing at others is not going to change the outcome. All right. You learn from your mistakes and you move on. Or you win the trade and you learn from why you won the trade. All right. It's a learning experience. All right. So we're in the GN sale. For those who are still in, I'm still in. If you're not in, you don't have to take the trade, you don't have to take the trade. You want to close it, close it. It's your money. For those of you guys that are in the Nas trade that Dante called out, it's about where it was at, 80, 85 pips, I guess, in that range. He's expecting a breakout going into New York session and continue upward. He expects the zone to disappear, as it just did. Bada bing, bada boom. Bitcoin and Ethereum are trying to move up. Keep an eye on those for a breakout. All right. And that is the end of the call, guys. If you're going to trade, make sure you trade responsibly. I'll make sure to update you guys on the GN trade. I'll make sure also to update you guys on the Nas 100 trade as they develop. In the meantime, guys, if you're going to trade, make sure you trade responsibly. And I'll see you guys in the funny papers.